Hello, my name is Dante Renee, and welcome to the 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page where I talk about films that I believe need to be talked about more. Like tonight's film, 1977's Vanessa, starring Olivia Pascal. This is also put out by Severin DVD, believe it's still in print. And on the front here, it has a quote from Mr. Skin. A Skin classic, Olivia Pascal is all out awesome. This is the back of the DVD right here. We got some great pictures from the film, and there it says the infamous saga of an innocent schoolgirl turned sexual plaything, now totally uncut and uncensored. This is 1977's 92-minute Vanessa, starring Olivia Pascal. There's Olivia right there in the chair there. This film is about a girl who seemingly finds herself in a situation where she has inherited something that you don't typically inherit. And she is thus brought to the world of Hong Kong from living in a convent with all girls, and 'cause that's where convents to have. And she goes to Hong Kong, and she's inherited brothels. But not only a brothel, she's also inherited farmland. And amidst that inheritance, there are a variety of people that she meets: lawyers, the current owners of the establishments, so on and so forth. And thus, Vanessa is made. Let's get into this movie. When we look at the music for the film, we do have a film where we have a theme song that sings Vanessa. That is an ode to Vanessa. A lot of sexploitation films will have that. This is one of them. But the credited music goes to Gerard Hines, who is very known for his sexploitation scores, in particular some Jess Franco scores like Bloody Moon and Linda. So here's a couple here, and there was a piece of music in this particular one that I have heard in a Franco film before, but it was a little bit differently elaborate in this film as well. The score in this movie ranges just as diverse as the story is in this film. We have dark pieces, dramatic pieces, very funky, groovy pieces, very sexual pieces that almost sound like they could be in an adult film, very mysterious pieces, very exotic pieces, and even some authentic Hong Kong dancing and music. In one section. So the score is very diverse, and there's music throughout this entire thing. And you will hear a lot of kind of mystical, dark pieces, and also things with a lot of groove and a lot of funk. And there's music all throughout this film from what I can recall. Now, just a great, diverse score. And especially during sex scenes, we have music pumping, thumping, grooving, and depending on the vibes and the context, it'll change. Now, in terms of the cinematography and the style for this film, wow, 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 this is a very, very active camera in this film. We do have zooms and reverse zooms. We have beautiful distant shots. This is a film that has two different locations: a snowy, wintry convent, and then, of course, Hong Kong, the hustle bustle city, low income areas, and also just beautiful, lavish estates and the water and boats. I mean, just unbelievable differences there in this film. And we have unbelievable brothels and architecture, but lights, a variety of lights, the most sexually explicit shadow sex I've ever seen before. But just neon, beautiful, crazy lights and strobe lights, and slow motion is utilized in this film beautifully and powerfully. So we do have slow motion in here, and really great distance shots, as I said. We have just lush shots of the female bodies in this film, and wondrous natural environments outside, but also wondrous architecture on the inside as well. Beautiful mountainous water views in this film as well. Now, Another thing, when we get into the sexuality of this film, this is actually a very, very sexual film. It's We have full frontal nudity from the women, up close and personal. Did not see any penis in the film. Looks like all the sex is implied, minus the touching of the vaginas. I mean, you're not seeing anything explicit and internal, but the hands and the fingers are definitely stroking on the vaginas, and in some cases, the camera's pretty damn close. We have lesbian situations in this film. We have heterosexual situations, doggy style. We have black magic sex. Yes, we do. There is a large variety. We even have snakes being shot at with a gun. Yes, but we have humping in here as well, and just a very, very erotic, alluring, sexually alluring vibe to this film, Vanessa. And Olivia Pascal is playing Vanessa. She is beautiful, very sexually attractive, has the puffy nipples, and she is fully nude for a lot of the film, and so are many of the women in the film. This is a film that takes you inside of the brothels, but also takes you into the sexual exploration of the lead character, Vanessa, played by Olivia Pascal, as she is coming from a convent and now going into this new inheritance in this new sexual world, but also having flashbacks of the sexual world of the convent and the sexuality mixing with punishment and pain. And the interesting thing is that in this film we do have a sense of some concepts, some weighty concepts, like in the film La Ray, which I've also reviewed in this YouTube page, where we have religion and sex, and culture and sex being looked at, even in books being looked at. And we also have the orchid flower being utilized on the vagina in this film, as well as La Ray, that other film with Annie Bell. We also have a very, very sexual scene that is on the cover of this film right here, the beach scene that involves two naked women and grapes. And it is a film that really feels not only very sexual, but almost at times explicit enough to move or try to move away from the softcore category. And I think it kind of straddles that line just awesomely. Very erotic, very well done. There's a shadow sequence in here that is very explicit, but in shadows, but still explicit. There's this amazing sex scene involving rice and a gun. Yes, rice and a gun. There's some very, very weird stuff in here involving magic, involving real magic, involving black magic, involving monkeys' brains, involving opium smoking, torture, sadism. There is a near rape, free love. There's all these different concepts in here, and in weird, interesting situations. You're in this film, and you think that maybe the only darkness is going to be, things happening inside of the brothel, and then all of a sudden you realize there's actual horrific darkness happening in this film, possibly supernatural darkness happening in this film as well. So it's a very diverse film, which lends itself to the very diverse score from Gerard Hines that I already mentioned. Now, this is a film also that has a coming of age vibe to it, as Olivia Pascal is kind of an innocent and is kind of going out there and trying to explore the world, but at the same time being repulsed by it. We have some amazing shots of downtown Hong Kong, and then the waters and the population and the crowds. And we have just some great, just the sex scenes are very plentiful in this film, and I thought they were awesome. I thought they were just shot very seductively, very erotically. The bodies, all the women are sexually attractive, and the sexual situations in the bodies are really just the baths that are being taken, the style. There's a lot of shots in between things in this film, shooting through things in this film, scrolling camera. and it's very effective. Olivia Pascal is amazing in this film. If you've seen her in Bloody Moon as well, she's just awesome. She's great. This is a really, really very mystically weird and erotic movie at the same time. I've never really seen anything like this film at all, Vanessa, because it skirts a lot of different genres and puts them all together in an inconceivable way. And so this is Vanessa, folks. 1977's Vanessa, starring Olivia Pascal. Wow, wow, wow. This is a wildly sexual and dark and interesting film right here. Whew. Yeah, there's some 70s free love in here as well, and some awesome 70s architecture and furniture. Yes, indeed. This is it right here, folks. Whew. Some crazy stuff, and you even get some convent sexploitation as well. Thank you so much for watching the 10 Room Bizarre YouTube page, where I talk about films that I believe need to be talked about more, like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good night.